You know, 3 months is an eternity in esports. So having some of these qualifiers so long before events, you know, a lot can change in that time. And this is a perfect example of a lot can change in that time. Either way, though, we'll focus on the in-game stuff now. It's going to be a very quick one towards A here, Jordan.
It is indeed, and we'll see if ZDR can hold off the onslaught. The answer apparently is no. Sometimes that's just how it is. The Glock's connecting, and it's not really too much happening for the USPs. Unfortunately for TYLOO. Wait, no.
Yeah.
There's no way you've just done that.
Yeah, that was the play, right? Since the start of the round, Jordan. The A rush, the bomb was trending outside of B now through the molly is isolated. Hanetti through over on Cave side for Furkt. Going to make contact with two-man crossfire. They're just going to try to force it straight through this choke point into Mercury, who's on for the ace. He's killed his teammate. And Mercury, surely easy 4K for him to clean this one up for TYLOO. They've shot themselves not only in the foot, I think they've essentially shot themselves in the head, Jordan.
You know what I was going to say? Unfortunately, the dualies were on the B bomb site, and then I looked at the B bomb site, and the bomb was going onto the B bomb site where Mercury was standing with the dualies, and I was thinking, maybe those dualies weren't going to be so useful on the A side after all. That is just a mess from Zeus, and they've got to be pretty disappointed with how that one has played out.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, KRC 4 HP, there's not really too much he can do in this situation. He's made a step, and down he goes. Advent's cleaned him up. I think there needs to be a bit of critical thinking skills after the 2 kills on A for the bomb to just come back across, to be honest. But that's just me. They just assumed that they were going to rotate, and actually, it's not necessarily correct to panic rotate for TYLOO there when they lose the 2 picks there. Sometimes you do just save the armor and force round 2, or you might go for exits and try to, you know, buy a gun off the back of that. Like,
yeah, that's the kind of round that makes the 80% look a little bit silly, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is a classic sign of an inexperienced team. Going to throw themselves a progression smoke though. Flashes up over the top, none of which have hit Advent, by the way, and he said thank you very much for the money.
Yeah, Jamyoung's going to have a crack at it as well. And that is a lot of kills going over to MP9s, every single one. So plenty of cash in the back pocket for TYLOO. Couldn't have really asked for a better start. 2-0. Only issue is going to be they now have to play round 3 with 4 MP9s and a FAMAS. So that's maybe not so great.
That's a bonus. We'll see what they're going to do. Wouldn't mind a little bit of a lane crunch. Maybe some kind of like fast mid control contest into like a second layer like of aggression. That's the kind of thing I like. Maybe a big ramp push in the mid round, like organized, could be nice. Zeus are not interested though, and I actually like this approach. They've said we have rifles, we go to long range bomb site.
Oh, that's straight in there. Certainly wouldn't expect this to be an easy retake for TYLOO. Not with MP9s, but they're going to give it a crack anyway. May as well. Jamyoung's jumping all over the place, trying to at least spot anybody, but there's so many smokes. Impossible to even get a read on where these Zeus players are holding from, and Molotov's going to fizzle. It's just an absolute mess. Vitoni is going to get behind him, line him up. And unfortunately for TYLOO, there is no success in the retake, but again, as mentioned, it was a bit more of a bonus round than anything else, and Mercury, who was the only player with a rifle, is going to save that through to the next round.
All exiting through spawn side. I honestly think that's a pretty good call. After what we saw in the pistol round, extremely questionable. I think that was an extremely sensible call up against the MP9 by just go for a quick AXE, and they played the post plant very well, just using the ranges. That comes a buy for TYLOO though. AWP has been dropped by Jamyoung over to Lyrics. I was kind of sold on the fact that I haven't been impressed by Kaze for a long time, although, you know, in the past we've been Kaze's biggest fan. I think, you know, I've been wanting to see another AWP come into TYLOO, and I am interested to see what we're going to get out of someone like Lyrics.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it as a move, to be honest. I probably would have also said Kaze needs to go, but I don't know that I've been like overly impressed with ZDR so far. That's a nice shot from Jamyoung as he's able to go straight through the smoke, back into the site, and start winning some duels as well. I don't even know if he's really required, though, because it's actually Lyrics that's popping off. Nice bit of damage with that AWP, indeed. So, there you go. How about that? Pretty comfortable one from TYLOO. Not a whole lot in it for Zeus. It just felt like they got stalled a little bit on the A site once they got in.
It's just good protocols for TYLOO. That's what that round is. Like, the molly onto the choke splits up the push a lot, even though the entry does get in ahead of that and actually gets that opening pick. For Zeus, what really made the difference is underarm nade from Jamyoung into the smoke allows him to scale out the side box, and then Advent's throwing retake flashes over the top of his head while he's fighting, and he's just positionally, that's exactly where he thrives. Like, playing around the util of his teammates and playing positionally around a box like that's like vintage Jamyoung territory, right? And I think he's essentially been worth his weight in gold in a round like that to win them that retake. Well, not even a retake. It's a flood, really. A flood protocol from TYLOO before the post plan even ensues.
Got the pause coming through. Might give Zeus a little bit of time to have a think about what they want to be doing.
I feel like flooding is so much more popular than it used to be in CSGO in this iteration of CS.
Swing is king. A lot. But I also think you're maybe getting a little bit baited by watching Asia CS.
Yeah, maybe. Might be a bit out of the loop.
Anyway, off we go again. And this time it'll be a contest in mid from TYLOO. Jamyoung just catches KRC for free. Tries to jump up onto the boxes, and it'll come down to Mercury to find the trade for that one. But 4 on 3. And CDR didn't quite get his timing right. Floating around in mid.
I think CDR's been looking a little lost this game compared to the rest of the boys, I'm not going to lie. Vitornik has his teammate naded to the smoke there, tried to create himself an opportunity to go for a pick on lane. Zeus, in this 3-on-3, understanding CTs can't hold everything. They often will go for an aggression somewhere, and they're holding for exactly that. Can they punish it is the question. Vitornik spots that out. Nice little shoulder peek from him. The all following up nicely from window side extends the advantage here for TYLOO.
Yeah, Hannity, not sure if he was spotted there by Lyrics, but either way, Vitornik not going to be able to get too much done over toward B, which will leave Hannity solo with the bomb. He's hightailing it toward A, and in doing so, he'll actually give himself a little bit of a sliver back into this round. He's going to be able to have a crack. He'll get the bomb plant down at least, which is a nice win. Maybe not if he does that. Hasn't given himself a whole lot of time to get off of the site, but TYLOO at least going to be aware that he hasn't crossed to main. Now it comes down to the shots, and not enough connected despite the first one being decent. That'll be 4 for TYLOO.
Plus bonus, plus bomb plant starting to stack up for Zeus. So not quite enough to put a buy together here, but definitely could see a fair bit invested with only 2 guns surviving for TYLOO. Zeus, this is a good chance for them to put the press on. Hero AK on Hannity, maybe some half-buy rifles, nice little set play. They can get some damage done. The last thing I want to see is Advent AWPing, so that's good. We've remedied that issue. But we'll have a lot of time to think about that prospect. Jordan, Advent on the AWP, yay or nay?
Nay.
You're just a hater, mate.
It's a nay for me.
I thought you said he was your player to make a difference for TYLOO at the RMR. I remember watching your short.
He was, mate. And what a difference he made. The problem was it was not the difference that we wanted to see.
Let's have a look at the stats.
I mean, I wasn't wrong in what I said.
Yeah.
I said if he played like a human,
I clicked on his HLTV profile and it says he's benched right now, but I'm watching him play live in the server. It's interesting.
He had a 0.85 rating at the RMR, which, you know, like...
Don't even finish a sentence. Do not even finish that sentence.
As far as Advent goes, that's not that bad. But when you got Mercury go 0.84, it starts to become a little bit more problematic.
Yeah, look, it's never his
fault. And Ormond 0.91.
Yeah, it's never his fault. Alright.
He's the GOAT.
The half buys come in here, and when I say half buy, KSC has inexplicably kind of forced. I'm not really sure why, but Ferk has got a nice little 1 peek there. Hold on. B side of this map is looking a little shaky before the rotations come on over.
We still got a player in the cave, which is going to be pretty important, and that's Mercury alongside Jam Young from Long, who just end up cleaning it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying about this matchup. How can you predict for Zeus when Jam Young and Mercury are connected to the server?
Yeah, that's a good
They
point.
could just win this game, those two. They can actually 2v5 this best of two.
Yeah, reasonable take. Can't be mad about that.
Alright, another gun round here for Zeus. Bit of overspending has definitely stripped what they can bring into this round. That half bite didn't get too much damage done either. Contest over on lane side, 1-for-1. Mercury just jumps through the smoke. How many Fs does he give? Absolutely 0.
None.
He's here to get this one done 2-0 and, you know, go chill.
I rate it. Lurks will set himself up on the line. And once again, not quite able to deliver with the orb.
Ooh. Hold
But
on.
I tell you what, Advent, he's having a bit of a banger tonight, 7-2.
31-year-old talent.
Tell you what, you know, the problem is, for poor old Advent, like, these games aren't on HLTV, you know, so we just rag on his stats, but
True.
he doesn't get the free farm games that everyone else does.
That's true.
That's the problem.
Like other 30-year-old players, like that major guy over at the major, like, what? He just farmed that game for free, top statted, like in their qualification game. Like, he's just getting free stats while Advent's getting denied ECL.
Yep.
Unbelievable. It's a good round from him, though. All memes aside. Good little aggression over onto lane side. And then punishing the retake into middle. Zeus on max loss bonus, but unable to secure a bomb plant. So back onto the half bar yet again here. Looking to do some damage to the CT economy, which they desperately need to do. We're about halfway, more than halfway through this half. If they're going to get reset potential and try to make a bit of a comeback, they need to do some damage. Forget about it. They're actually just going to go, what is this? 9 grenades, 8 grenades. I can't count. And try to just win this round with bare bones util.
Just gotta hit your shots sometimes. And this is one of those times, apparently.
Oh, good flash. Zeus just waiting out this mid-round aggression. Advent saying, send me into B ramp. That's what that means. There's the pop flash over the top. Advent peeking on through. Doesn't see too much of anything. There is a top mid smoke thrown by Zeus. 5 grenades left to win the rest of this round.
Advent's heard those steps, but he's not ready for it. Luckily, he's got Mercury there to help him out. And so far, Mercury hasn't died, but I have just cursed him because that is his first death for the game. Still, we're at a 3-on-3, and Jam Young is getting active, which is not too bad.
Lyrics pick in mid, Jam Young, nice timing, spots out the last in Hanetti as well, and that's the confidence. Reed peak, punished, takes a lot of damage away from Hanetti, who's only got 20 seconds to make it to the site. That's the Lyrics whiffs this one, which he does. That's actually a, I think, accidental perfect shoulder peek from Hanetti. He's going to tap it, and ZDR needs to get on the board here to keep TYLOO from allowing their opponents to get a double up in rounds.
He can't lose this.
Oh, he can! Yes, he can, Jordan! Yes, he can!
There's no way. He had everything.
Oh,
he had a nade, he had a molly. He had a full inventory.
I'll tell you what he didn't have, Jordan. He didn't have a head, mate. He did
true.
not have a head.
That's just bad luck.
I don't know if that's bad luck. The way that they lost that 3-on-1 with 25 seconds on the clock. Not sure I'd classify that as bad luck, personally.
You might be right. But can't be helped.
Little cheeky run boost. Or just a little long jump across. Really heavily contesting all of these lines here, TYLOO. Wanting to fight the middle of the map quite heavily. And they're going to give it up after a little bit of time's elapsed. Fall into a bit more of a safer looking setup. Shot from Lyrics. Flash does not manage to stop him from being able to pick one of the T's. So they try to come back into middle. Zeus ready to retake this ramp control, but the MP9 and the fact that Mercury's on the other line, a kind of anti-Vlash, is looking quite scary. They're just going to play the numbers.
Well, Smoke's going to go out and obscure ZDR's vision anyway, but the nade does a pretty good chunk. And KRC will inform TYLOO of the presence of Zeus at the bottom of ramp by firing off a couple of shots, and so Lyrics keep his sights set on that direction. Where's the... There is none, and it's going to be an easy one for Lyrics, and he'll be able to change up his position, send Mercury out for the swing, and 2 players on the site with rifles, or one with a rifle and one with an SMG. Either way, it'll do the job. Not much in that for Zeus. They just tried to contact play their way into the site, and TYLOO a bit too well drilled to allow that to happen.
Yeah, I think really good transitions from TYLOO in that round. Like, they played the setup while it was strong. They got the opening pick, and as soon as those smokes started to fade in middle, they were quite happy to fall back into the 5-on-4 and play the site crossfires. Zeus hasn't really been too good at even buying a full set of util, let alone using it very well, so TYLOO doing a pretty good job picking them apart. And look, another half buy from Zeus, and it looks like probably another quick one towards B.
Yeah, you'd have to say so. A lot of mollies used at the start of that round from TYLOO. I think they used every single one they had. So they might have been expecting something a little faster from Zeus, which didn't eventuate. Either way. Lyrics is still floating around in CT spawn for some reason, but Zeus aren't going anywhere too quickly in this round. Tech9's armor. They've got a lot of util in their back pocket that they can use to try to take this B-bomb site, but I'm not sure they're going to be expecting Jamyoung quite so close behind those smokes, and Advent there as well. Rather, it's Mercury and Advent, and that's worked out pretty nicely. It's a fairly unorthodox CT setup, but Zeus were not prepared for it at all. And I dare say...
Look at their line of smokes on T's.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate.
No, they don't want anyone on the left side to see them, unfortunately.
There was no one
get
there.
out at the choke point.
Yeah.
That's the classic case of like, cool strat, bro, but you didn't get out main. Like, those smokes are really cool, but you didn't even get to use them. Back on the buy here. Doran's got the AWP out. Lyrics again. Nice little long jump over onto the B main line. Mid getting contested now. Jamyoung goes down early. And Lyrics to fall back for the time being. HE nading inside of the smoke, trying to catch the T's creeping into it and pop over the top. But they're patient.
What's Lyrics up to? Shotgun AWP. Oh, and the timing, I mean, it... guess it worked out for him in the sense, but he did not actually manage to pick up a return frag, and so in the end actually ends up giving his life, sticking around a little bit too long, which will mean Zeus might be able to waltz their way into A. They'll slow things down, though. And so TYLOO scurrying across, met with nothing.
Looking like a good round for Zeus. Trying to recover what they can on this T side. Re-smoke to top middle. Starting to creep through cave now. Just kind of pairing up and walking into B until they have contact. Slowly taking more and more territory.
It's on to Mercury now. And he does a bit of damage, but only going to do so much in the 1v5. Fair enough. It's still a fairly solid half for TYLOO so far. Couple of economic issues in this last round. Means Jamyoung's going to have to go down to an MP9 and Mercury a FAMAS. But if TYLOO could secure 9, then I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed with that.
Big smoke down the bottom of B ramp here. Contesting mid quite heavily once again is TYLOO, as well as the lane control. Double up on the T side. We've seen this a couple times from these East Russian teams. They just love rocking the double up and just holding lines on T. Take now from Zeus. Good util to push Lyrics off the line. Mercury still contesting cave side on his lonesome. Set up by a flash there over the top, I believe. Yeah, flash thrown in there by Jamyoung. Lyrics going to further extend that advantage. Looking good for TYLOO now.
KRC might be able to bring it back, but I don't know if he was still strafing as he fired that shot. Either way, it didn't connect. That's a nice couple of shots from Ferk as he cracks open the B site. Little does he know Mercury was sticking around, although a couple of shots out from Mercury will alert him to that fact. And so the molly into cave is going to be there for one, but ZDR for another, and Mercury through the wall gets the headshots. It's 9-3 at the end of the half. Oh, we're back live. It's us. We're on camera. But it's okay. 9-3 is the scoreline, and you get a bit of a sneak peek as to what we look like when we're casting a game. Very relaxed, very chill here for ESL Challenger League. Season 47 Asia, and that's how TYLOO are probably feeling at the moment as well. You'd have to imagine with a 9-3 lead, and looks like poor old Fergt might be the one to receive this initial contact from TYLOO, so he's going to have to be a little careful.
All good. Oh, smoke was down. Almost got spammed straight through it, though. He's alive. He's doing all right. Zeus have taken mid control in the meanwhile. CDR. See ya.
Yeah, it'll happen. Where's TYLOO off to? Back to A. Okay, smoke for Donut. It'll be a smoke for Temple or for Connector. It'll be for Connector. And there is a bit of spam coming through from Zeus, which is working out quite nicely. Bomb plant denied one more time at Mercury. Able to calibrate onto Victornic. And Lyrics probably could have gotten away with the freebie there. Doesn't quite manage to do so, but at least gets a lot of damage done onto Fergt, which should be cleaned up here by Jamyoung. He's running out of bullets, but he gets the job done in the end. Will have to do it himself now. This has been a messy pistol round. Lots of solo skirmishes. 35 seconds left to work with here, and Jamyoung might be the kind of guy that can win this round. There's a blink or a bit of damage onto Doran, but it was not quite enough, and Zeus will keep themselves in the contest for now.
Good pistol to win. No bomb plan as well. Going to make it hard for TYLOO to force into this one, so they're going to get a much better chance at building up their economy early on in this game and actually starting to close the scoreline a bit more. Reserve our expectations for TYLOO in this round. Just upgraded pistols and a flash on Advent. Nothing to write home about.
Yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate start for TYLOO. Just waiting for the perfect moment. Advent has calculated this flash down to the last millisecond. And that millisecond is going to be once Mercury gets a one-tap with this Deagle, it's go time. But unfortunately, there's no one to shoot. So what do you do?
Not sure. I'm just kind of meandering around, forcing out util. Extra grenades cost money, of course. So just passively drawing out more util over a round, it's going to cost the CT something. Actually found a pretty decent timing here. How's the flash from Advent?
Doesn't seem to have done too much. Lurik's got himself a nice kill. It's a start, but that's an end from Zeus. And overall, you'll be happy with that. It's about as good of a start as what TYLOO got in their first half. This is, though, where things will start to get a little bit more difficult.
Going to be pseudo bonus. A couple MP9s brought into this one, but it's still pretty decent looking bar on the CT side. Quick mid smokes. Light contest from the CT side here. Underarm smoke puts out that Molotov. HE nade inside of that window smoke. Trying to create an opportunity for Doran to find a pick in the mid round, but he hasn't been able to capitalize. So mid control taken here by TYLOO. And a lot of util invested early round from Zeus without really too much gained right now.
I wonder what Lyrics is going to get up to here. He could definitely push his way into Red Room, just cut the map in half. But not bold enough to do it at the moment.
In the position they're in, they just really don't need to do much, TYLOO. Like, I just am not a fan of what Zeus are doing. They're playing this round way too fair right now, especially with the MP9s and lack of util they've got. But finally, the patience actually pays off here for Zeus. They're going to re-aggress into mid, crunch with a flash over the top. Red Room and Donut players all retaking middle. So actually, that patience and then the organization to retake middle like that is paying off for them right now. Advent spotting out that mid push though, and TYLOO looks like they're going to organize themselves for a B split, but there's already 3 CTs here and potentially a quick flank.
Couple of smokes over the top, one for long, one for short. While he's going to go into the cutout. It's pretty standard for the B site take. It's going to give the opportunity for TYLOO to sort of walk their way up. Mercury not too scared by KRC playing close in front of that smoke. That's been dug out effectively. And it's starting to look like double digits is on offer for TYLOO now. Don't know about a retake here from Zeus. They don't have any util to work with. They got a couple of rifles. They could just take through to the next round, but they're going to give it a crack and see if they can make something happen. Doran for one, no more than that. And they might have needed a oopsie-esque situation to get them back into that bomb site.
And money's broken now for Zeus. Going to even it up by forcing KRC on a double eco. And Eddie and Vitornik not happy to be buying into this one. At least Ferkt and Doran will have access to A1S armor. Are they even going to buy around that? What's happening? Attack timeout for TYLOO. Well, it's kind of lucky TYLOO took a timeout there because I'm not sure whether Zeus knew whether they wanted to be ecoing or forcing here. This is going to give them some more time to get themselves organized. As for TYLOO's tack though, this is probably more of a momentum tack. They recognize that this is a pretty big swing round. 1900 loss bonus for each team. Last round came down to an XVX. If they lose this round, and especially if they don't plant the bomb, they're going to be pretty broke and not really staring down the barrel of a particularly good buy in round 18. Whereas if they win this round, they break Zeus's money and effectively win the game. So they recognize the CT buy is not going to be so good in this game, in this round. If they just get all their ducks in a row, they understand they're favored in terms of the weaponry and the utility going into a round like this. All they need to do is just lock it down and Ancient is theirs.
Nice little run boost there for Vitornik. He's up quickly onto B lane, which might not be something you'd be expecting every day of the week. Jam Young did dig him out, and Advent, oh, can't quite get it done. It was close. Hanetti, though, holds on with the MP9. Will still be locked out of the site, though, by that Molotov, and plants going down. So fast pace being brought by TYLOO into round number 16, and it's worked out very nicely indeed.
Another save for Zeus, almost certainly. Hanetti not allowed to get out, though. Ferkt, he's going to be the main man to try to do some damage in the next round, potentially. But they won't be forcing around this rifle. It's going to be double eco for Zeus and try to buy into the 12-5 round, most likely. But even then, as I mentioned, 1900 loss bonus is going to be coming into the bank accounts. And it's going to be that 2.4. You're going to be on that 4.5k kind of buy. It's not really the best buy to be fighting for a game like this with, especially trying to complete a comeback on the CT side. Very unlikely for Zeus to be picking this game up. TYLOO with all the control, a really nicely timed tack timeout to seize the momentum, win the swing round. Definitely doesn't hurt that Mercury's going 20-6 either.
Yeah, that'll help. Not too bad across the board from TYLOO. ZDR obviously missing out pretty substantially, but someone has to, I guess. Already starting to tell a bit of a different narrative, though, as he started off this round with a kill. Maybe he's just a T-sided player. Ever thought about that one?
Maybe.
That's what I like to tell myself when I go 4 and 9.5.
It's the numbers are all in your head. Every round is an individual round.
It's true. Lyrics is proving that much as well. Bit of an easier one here for TYLOO. And A site's been taken, so that's where the bomb is going to be headed. And for Hanetti, well, maybe trying to retrieve a gun, get a cheeky kill on the way out. That might be the only goal that he's really got at this point in time.
Ooh.
There we go.
He makes losing look so good.
Can't be mad at that.
Last chance here for Zeus, as I mentioned, though. Money, not good. 3.8, 3.7. And the richest player, 4.8. Very limited util. Down to MP9s if they want to buy full util. So not what they would have wanted to be fighting for this game with. And money's built up a fair bit on TYLOO. Lyrics got the AWP. We're 2 here for the T's. Looking like not a default. Probably some kind of B set play. Post the AWP up in the after plan. Oh, they're actually straight up Russian.
Well, that'll apparently work, because Advent's found himself the entry, and there's Jamyoung for another one. Mercury gets a bit too big for his boots, but the flashes will come through from Lyrics, and so that makes for short work again for the B side take, and that might just be the map done and dusted. A few players still to try to find that retake with, but Zeus have not really looked particularly threatening on this CT side at all. Vitonic, while he'll be able to get one, I dare say that's going to be all she wrote for Zeus. And there you have it, 13-5. So pretty solid stuff from TYLOO